man, a shock! Jobs reading sends Bitcoin rejected from a key level. Bitcoin was trying to break from this 71,000 level, this yellow line here, and we got rejected by a hotter than expected jobs figure. Should we be worried? Why are traditional markets still in the green and yet Bitcoin is struggling? Can we still break to the upside? All to play for here on Bitcoin as we wait for this next leg to the upside. I'm going to break down exactly what am I seeing in the charts on this Friday afternoon. If you appreciate these updates, live and direct, smash all the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. We've had some crazy trades inside VIP. Make sure you're in our Telegram group, ejarscrypto.com/TG. We just secured over 30% spot. No leverage. Spot returns on our GMX trade yesterday. Also took an awesome 15% trade on Audi. That's just at take profit 1 and lit. We traded lit as well for another 13% at take profit 1. So all going really swimmingly in our altcoin trades. But is Bitcoin going to hold up? We need to talk about this non-farm payroll figure, okay? So non-farm payroll figure, you guys already know, this is the one that the feds look out for. This is the one they look for to see if it shows weakness. We can start thinking about an interest rate cut at the next FOMC meeting. Markets are not pricing that in, and they have no reason to after this number. This was estimated to come in at 190,000. To put it into context, it came in at 165,000 on the last reading. This just came in at 272,000 new jobs created in May. This labor market is very hot. The economy is very strong. We're talking GDP growth. We're talking strong company earnings. The economy is good. And normally what that means is the economy is growing without the need for the Fed to cut interest rates. They don't need help from monetary policy, even with the interest rates as high as they are. We're still seeing strong economic results. And that now leaves us with less chance of seeing a rate cut anytime soon, right? Now, should we be worried? Well, initially on the reading, markets got worried, right? Here was before the reading, nice move up. You can see Bitcoin was trying to work its way out of this triangle. We want to break from this triangle and start heading to the top direction. When the results came out, I'm just going to point you to where that happened. You can see this big volatile candle sending us to the downside, moving down 0.7% and ultimately rejecting us. Now we need to hold some support, right? Bitcoin may need to cool off a little bit here, maybe consolidate for a little while, maybe just wants to kind of chill around here for a bit, and then eventually try to work for a breakout. If I zoom up to the 4-hourly chart, you'll see exactly what I mean. This is the triangle pattern we're forming, and it's very important that we break to the upside if we want to start seeing some of these interesting price targets, right? Do we want 80,000, 90,000 up in this direction? We need to clear this level. Not only is that 71.7K level, but also the previous all-time high on Bitcoin just shy of $74,000. Now, should we be worried that we're not going to get a rate cut? I mean, we've already seen that the ECB have cut rates. We've seen Canada has cut rates. Will the US be next? Will the UK be next? Will we see other central banks start to slowly loosen their interest rate policy? Well, first and foremost, don't be worried. If we're not getting a rate cut because the economy is healthy, that is a good sign, right? All it means is that the economy is strong, we're not getting a hard landing, and we should count our lucky stars that Jerome Powell and the Fed haven't broken this economy yet. It's a good sign. Now, like we know secretly between us, at some point governments always break economies. And when they break the back of the economy, they'll revert back to type. And they'll start cutting interest rates and they'll start printing. If they need to take a couple of extra months to do that, if we need to wait till the end of the year before we start seeing some of those cuts, no problem for me. More time for me to accumulate on dips. And you know, I'll look forward to the moment that they turn on the money printer again, because we know they will, right? They've done it before in the financial crisis. They've done it during the pandemic, and they will do it again. It's just like the sun coming up in the morning. They will print again because they know their fiat currency is worthless, and they always debase it. That's just how things go. So not going to read too much into that jobs figure. Yes, it's not ideal. We're not, you know, it gives us a blow in terms of, you know, expecting a rate cut, but markets weren't really pricing in that rate cut anyway. And so when we look at it anyway in the cold, you know, light of day, you see that this economy is sitting here on extreme greed. Do we have anything to worry about when Bitcoin is sat there comfortably at 71,000? We're seeing huge bullishness in terms of the ETH narrative, the Solana narrative, Bitcoin narrative, right? Things are looking really strong. And when Bitcoin goes on this next leg up from 70,000, expect explosive growth on all coins. Like, there is no way I would be out of this market right now when Bitcoin is knocking on that door, trying to break this tough level here. Now look, It'd be silly for me to say we can't get rejected off here. Of course we can get rejected, right? We've got to be prepared to get rejected to here, to break down this pattern. Maybe we want to come down to 68. Okay, fine. Maybe you want to come down to 64.5. I don't care. Even if it wants to come down to 61, I have no issues whatsoever. In fact, I will actively be looking to buy the dip if it wants to pull back into any of these regions. Let me just show you this on a slightly tidier chart. If this wants to pull back into the EMA ribbon, the EMA ribbon starts here at 60,000. I have no issues whatsoever. Now, my only concern is if we form this double top pattern, right? We go up to 64,000, we come down. We go up to 64,000, we get rejected again. And then I'm expecting an even bigger pullback down towards 47, 50. And if we get that, I'm going to stay patient. I'm not going to panic. I'm going to be ready to buy the dip. Because those could be some of the best dips you ever buy. They're going to be the juiciest dips if we pull deep into that EMA ribbon. So that's my methodology. If we want to run up now, great. I'm expecting explosive action. If we want to pull back, not too concerned either. And that's the reality of it. During the interim, all this volatility, I'm trading. I'm actively trading. 30% spot, 15% spot, 15% spot. Building up my account, taking some of that cash flow and getting it ready into a cash pile to buy the dip. That's the biggest problem a lot of you guys face, is if Bitcoin today was to dump down to 50,000, maybe you have the conviction, but you don't have the cash to buy. That's the other piece of the puzzle. You need both. You need conviction, you need a plan, and you need the cash flow. All good, you sitting there saying, yeah, of course I'll buy the Bitcoin dip at 40,000 if it fell to 40,000, but I got no cash. You guys actively, each day Bitcoin, it has not gotten to 100,000, 150,000, is another chance for you to accumulate cash and get ready for the next big dip. Crypto's volatile, guys. You will get dips. Anybody who tells me, no, we don't get dips, you will get dips. Be very, very patient. Learn to invest in crypto in a sustainable manner. Don't rush into FOMO candles chasing green. You don't need to. Be patient. So, really exciting times here for Bitcoin, continuing to break out from this nice descending falling wedge as well. Remember, the price target of this move is all the way up here, like I shared with you when the wedge was forming, up at 90,000. And this is a nice uptrend, but very, very important that this uptrend breaks this resistance here. If it can't break that resistance here, then we've got problems at the previous all-time high. Even if we can wick above that all-time high, feel free to then come back down, take your time, but onwards and upwards, we could go to 91,000. So it's really in our favor to sooner rather than later go and touch a new all-time high. If you want to cool down thereafter, no problems. So there you have it, guys. There is your update here on a Friday afternoon in London. A nasty jobs figure, a hot labor market, but really, should we be crying? It means the economy is healthy. I know it's not ideal in terms of seeing interest rate cut, but trust me, guys, we're going to get it sooner or later. The money's going to be printed back again. They're going to lose some monetary policy. That's all central banks know what to do. And that is why we know here in crypto, fiat currency is doomed and crypto and scarce assets is the way to go. If you appreciate this type of content, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe if you want to actively trade with me. All coins, spot only, long only. ijazzcrypto.com/TG. I hope to see many of you guys in there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.